So, Marc, you're on a show about women, starring women, run by women, staffed largely by women. I mean, you're very much the sort of minority. Curious how that has changed your perspective and your own sort of takeaway from that experience.
Well, I don't think I've ever, and I would think most men, I've never been around that many women in my life, especially every day. And very quick, and I'm not just the only man, I'm a sexist, dick, with a relatively heart of gold. Not quite a heart of gold, but he's got his vulnerabilities. But working with so many women, I found it, and the fact that they're learning how to wrestle and they're doing this thing that's very theatrical, and just the amount of hair and makeup because it's the 80s that they have to go through. There was definitely a lot of empathy and a lot of pride that I felt, and I was very moved by the camaraderie and how they all came together, and when they'd succeed in doing things, I'd get choked up. So I don't know what it's done for, in a general sense, my perception. I can't speak to it. I wasn't, I was not anti-women before I went in. I'm not going to tell you, who knew they were humans? So, but...
Fair.
But they, but the thing is that, it did increase my respect. Oh my God, not this again, please. Babies are boring. I mean, they don't party, they haven't traveled, they have no sense of irony, and you love this shit. You love being a temperamental star. I know you do. If you were sitting at home with that kid, your life would become just anger and resentment. No work, no husband. You would burn up in a smoldering ash heap of rage and disappointment. You think that's good for you or your boring baby? Oddly, even though they're all dressed in leotards and they're wearing these outfits and this hair, it's not a sexualized set, because of the nature of how it's run and what the script is and what we're all working towards. And I just think that is sort of magical, that you have this situation where, you have these women who feel safe enough and supported enough.
A lot of them can beat the shit out of you, too, right?
Of course,
they're wrestlers.
Kia could. I think Allison probably could at this point. Betty could certainly take me down. When I was
Marc, you've used your podcast to sort of talk about what's going on in the culture. I think particularly, after Louis C.K., you came on, you talked about empathy and sort of really understanding power dynamics. Yeah. Curious what that process has been for you and what the sort of larger takeaway has been.
For me, in response to my friend going through that, or the situation. Well, I mean, at some point,
learning about yourself in that.
Well, I mean, at some point, there has to be a conversation. There has to be some sort of leveling off so we can communicate. So not everybody, men in particular, are running around terrified of their past or of how to behave, because I don't think that's going to be helpful for anyone. It's heavy, man. I mean, because there was no. It was just decided, and it came down hard, and it came down fast, and it was terrifying.
But it was in the middle of mob mentality too, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So you look at what's the guy's name? Aziz.
Yeah.
What happened with him?
That was a little nuts, that article.
But men are disappearing. I mean, Jeffrey Tambor was sitting at this table 2 years ago, and they're disappearing.
Yeah, eventually
vanishing.
There has to be some conversation. I mean, obviously, we're all going to behave a little better.
We're
not
not
fucking stupid.
No, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Well,
it's sort
speak
of
for yourself.
Oh, yeah? You're going to keep going at it?
I ain't gonna keep going at it.
Are there things you sort of won't do anymore, or conversely, things that you're excited to do now?
I'm happy to be playing somebody that isn't me specifically.
Yeah,
that
you've
was
done
a
that.
big transition.
Yeah,
I've been painfully playing me for most of my life, and the opportunity to do some guy that is actually a bigger asshole than I am, but I could understand him. I think at different points in my life. But this guy Sam Sylvia is sort of a down and out dude a bit, and he's got a coke problem a little bit, and he doesn't really think he's down and out, but. I remember when I talked to the showrunners, I'd made some decisions about the character. I told them, I said, this guy doesn't carry a vial, he's not flashy, he doesn't share his blow. He does it out of the corner of a magazine, folded, a bindle. He'll do it with a key or a pen top. And the two showrunners are kind of nerdy women, and they both looked at me and one said, we're so glad you're here. So my point being that some of that experience from when I was younger certainly filtered into this character. I'm glad it's behind me and I have the distance, but I remember how to do blow.
I love you so much.
Hi, I'm Tony Shalhoub.
Hey, what up? I'm Tracy Morgan.
Hi, I'm Ray Romano, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter.
You're watching Hollywood Reporter on YouTube. Okay, thanks.